Hello and welcome to this January bullet journal setup that celebrates birthdays and anything you want to celebrate with lots of cake. Thinking about birthdays, I decided that I wanted to create this bullet journal in a cake theme, and I love a pink frosting on a cake or a cookie, and so I decided to use all pink for this theme. I've got my pink washi tape with the flowers and 3 different colors of pink from my Tombow dual brush pen set. This video is not sponsored, but I do love that the Tombow dual brush pen set allows me to make wider lines to color things in, and you can see that as you color over, you get multiple layers and you darken the color. One other thing I love about these pens is that you can make a fine line. So although I usually make my bullet journals using a Sharpie for my outlining, I decided to outline using the narrow side of the pen and using the brush side to color in other things. Holding my brush at an angle and changing the amount of pressure to make thicker and thinner parts of the lines, I decided to script "Bake your cake and share it too." The meaning behind this play on "have your cake and eat it too" is that first, I love to bake, and another thing is I really like to make a point of sharing or making a positive difference in people's lives. So bake your cake and share it too seemed to resonate this month. Now, as I make cupcakes on this page and on the inside calendar page as well, I made lots of little adjustments as I went along, and so every cupcake turned out unique and was a little bit of a surprise. Here on the calendar page, I have a different cupcake for every day of the week and letter of January, because January happens to have 7 letters, which was perfect for this spread. And I really wanted to do something a little bit unique and different, and my idea was every cupcake is a letter, every cupcake is a day of the week. As I made the cupcakes, I made minor adjustments so that I could write the day down at the bottom without crowding it out too much. You may have gotten little glimpses of pink plaid on my shirt as I am drawing and seen that I was really embracing the pink as I was working along. And I used the darkest pink to outline and then the lightest pink to kind of create a plaid look. And as I made my final box, I got a little distracted and I made that dark pink line, which then inspired me to add some more dark pink lines, adding a little bit to the plaid look, which I actually ended up liking better the way that it turned out. I find that creating these artistic bullet journals for myself and also for you under the camera, it actually helps me to make sure that I am flexible and I can embrace mistakes and adjust, and things don't have to be perfect. So it's always an honor to be able to do these bullet journals and to share with you. So here it is, the cherry on top, the things that I'm grateful for this January. And every month I like to make sure that I have the last page of my journal, something that I fill in as the month goes along with different things that I am grateful for. And sometimes I just write down one thing at a time, and sometimes I'll sit down and write a couple. But here it is, the cherry on top. And even though cherries typically are red or orange or yellow or purple, I was still sticking with the same 3 pens, so I used a lighter color, which had a little bit more of an orangey tone to it, and I just kept going over layer after layer, which, like I talked about in the beginning of the bullet journal setup, it makes it so that with the Tombow pens, it's easy to get a darker and darker color. So there I was just adjusting the shade by going over and over and over. And at the end, when I finally finish up with all of the coloring in of the cherries, then I went along with my roller ball pen in the color of white, finishing that up with the Uniball by Signo. After finishing up the journal pages, I wanted to make sure that I gave you a final flip through. Going right past my 2024 yearly planner pages that you can watch in a separate video, I come to my January title page, Bake Your Cake and Share It Too, opening up to the calendar, and then the final thing is the cherry on top, and to thank you a bunch. Thanks a bunch for being here. If you want more content like this, like and subscribe. Here are your colors if you want to do a project of your own using these, and I'd love to hear from you. If you have something to share Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.